Good morning, everyone. Welcome to BDS Talkshow. So, everyone, today we will discuss about a film that is very controversial in public, and this film has received a lot of cons from the audience itself and several parties. So, the title from this film is I Spit on Your Grave. So the theme of this talk show is the challenge of making a controversial movie.
Okay, today in this occasion, we have some guests who play an important role in this process of making this film. The first, we have Mr. Stephen Monroe as a director. The second, we have Mr. Paul Hertzberg as a producer. And the last, we have Mrs. Anna Florid as an editor in this film.
Well, how are you, sir, Miss?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good, fine.
Very
Just fine.
great today.
Okay, are you busy right now?
Yes, we are currently busy to promote our film in various countries in Europe.
Okay, so before we start our talk show today, this talk show, we have several questions to the most important guests in these occasions, and this is an extraordinary opportunity because we can speak directly with the three most important people in filmmaking. I Spit on Your Grave. So we have several questions to the producer, the editor, and then the director. By the way, if you have questions, guys, you can prepare your questions, and later in Q&A section, we will give you opportunity to deliver your questions to our guest today.
Okay, first question is for Mr. Monroe. From all the events that happened, what is your reason for remaking this story into a film?
I think I'm inspired by the original film. It really, I want to make it more modernized. I want to modernize the film. That's it.
Okay, and this film is considered controversial, mainly because of the visualization of the brutal and vulgar scenes for public consumption. So, what is your response as the director for this, Mr. Monroe?
I think it's not our concern. It's not my concern personally, because if you have experienced that, if you might experience that, you might possibly do the same thing. If you you report the case to the police and the police seems useless to you, so you need your own revenge.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Monroe.
Okay, so next questions we move to Mr. Hertzberg as producer. So, how much was the budget spent on making this film, both pre and post production?
The budget is not very much, not spend a lot of money in the budgeting because it is remaking film, so this is not used as a lot of money, but yes, it's still in the boundaries, not high, not low, it's average.
So you need media partner?
Yes, of course. Making film must use media partner sponsorship to support this film.
How many media partner? Maybe you can.
Not many, but just two. But this is a big media partner, like a big brand, big media partner.
It's really helpful to
Yes,
making your film.
very, very helpful.
Okay, so next question is there any difficulties in choosing the main character? Because we know that in the film there is a scene where the main character is naked, so there are a lot of pros and cons.
I think for the main character is not difficulties. especially for the scenes. But the difficulty is because one of my cast is pregnant, the real pregnant. So we must keep the mood, the healthier woman, the pregnant, because this is a hectic shooting. So we must keep this healthier, this mood, because pregnancy woman is very very sensitive.
Yeah, of course. But why did you choose your actress? Why she is to become a main character? Why not other actress?
Um,
Because you said that she's pregnant.
no. The pregnant character is not the main character, but
Oh,
the pregnant character is for other character. The main character for support character. But the main character, when I call her, she accepted for the challenging this experience, for challenging her experience in this film, because this scene like naked, very very gore, and much torture, like this.
oh, okay.
Okay, the next is from Mrs. Florid. I want to know how long did it take to edit each scene in this film?
It actually not takes a long time. The editing process itself, it's almost take about 1 year of editing. Yeah, so it's not really took a long time to edit this film.
Okay, and what were the difficulties experienced in the shooting process? Because as we know, most of the scenes in this film involve sexual violence.
The difficulties or the challenge we face is we have to keep the mood of the main character stay neutral during breaks. So because while breaks they talk too much or joking too much, the main character might not be able to going back to the actual mood of the set, because sometimes their mood is really depend on the set. So yeah, that's the challenge. We have tried to keep their mood stay neutral during the breaks.
Oh, so by keep their mood, it is the reason why your editing video or editing scenes of the video is standard. I mean, it's like not late or too long.
Yeah, not too long, because the between the mood and editing is actually not the same thing. When editing is like we completely done editing the video, the scenes, but on set like we have to keep them stay neutral during the break.
Okay.
Because when you produce film and keep the mood is the most very important, because if you had a bad mood or the mood is not natural, is disturbing for produce the film.
And that's why we chose the senior partner to be around the main character. So it's not gonna be just a partner, but also a mentor for the main character.
Oh, okay, that's good. So, this question for Mr. Nandra. What difficulties did you experience during the process of making this film, and how did you overcome them?
I think it's when the revenge action, because I need to I need to build some nasty environment, brutal environment, to make it real, make it raw, make it real as the audience can feel the film. So how to overcome it? I think I talked to the producer, I talk to my crew, I talk to the cast about how they want to do it.
Okay, and next question is the choice of the scenes of revenge against a group of people who committed this depraved act purely your idea, or maybe you have several references from other directors maybe?
It's not purely my idea. Like I just like 10% or 25% of it. I talked to the previous manager. I talked to the previous producer, Merzachi. I talked to him because I want to imitate in the original film, and I I try to add the new or to modernize the way the violence should be like done.
Okay, so what's part that is your idea from this movie?
I think I can spill it here because it's gonna be a spoiler.
Oh.
So you can watch it first.
Okay, so guys, if you
It's gonna be
still
mysterious.
okay, if you still doesn't watch about this movie and you are so curious about this movie, you can watching this movie on cinema. Okay, so next question.
So the next question is for Mr. Hertzberg. As a producer, what was your response when this film caused a lot of controversy among the public? Because many scenes were prohibited from being shown to children. And even from the information I got from one of website, this film was banned in several countries.
My response is good because when my film is going to controversial, it's like I'm going to I earn some free promotion because some people talk too much about my film, and for several countries to ban this film is it's like too annoying because we want deliver about in this film we want deliver about woman empowerment in other perspective in the next level. So it's okay if several country to ban, but it's like too annoying for me.
But do you feel that it will be a disadvantage because some country banned your film?
No, it's not disadvantage. For me, it's advantage because yes, we earn free promotion because public talk this film because the controversial. So around the world know my film. So I'm not tied to promotion to other countries.
And also we try to cooperate with some like online streaming media just to make it bigger. So people that really curious about the scenes can watch it, not only on the cinema, but in the next like 2 or 3 years you can see it in the online media streaming.
We released this movie in cinema first. So in maybe 2 or 3 years later in online streaming.
Oh, okay. Maybe it is easy to watching this movie in online.
Yes.
Yeah, then cinema maybe because in previous we know that there is COVID-19, so that's why a lot of people watching a lot of movie in streaming. Yeah, and maybe one of the movie that they watch is your film. It is I Spit on Your Grave, even though it has a lot of controversial. And do you agree that this film is really controversial?
Yes, this film is very controversial. But why? And some people ask me why you release in the online streaming. So we want to reach people in around the world to see this film, and I wanna see the reaction or the other perspective for some people, to other people, I guess, about this film.
Okay. Okay, so next questions for Mrs. Florid. What is special about this film, according to you? What is special about this film? Maybe from the cinematography, lighting, songs, etc.
So something special about this film is actually how we keep it looking more realistic, because we want this look naturally brutal, naturally bloody movie. So the editing, the process of cinematography itself, it's actually not, we're not trying to edit it too much, making it too much, because we have to highlight the brutality and the bloody scenes in this movie. Yeah. That's the specialty, when we keep it looking more and more realistic.
Okay, so maybe according me, this film got a lot of viewers because you put the strength of the scenes, not about the cinematography. I mean, you make it a maximum on the scenes, like the revenge, something like that.
Yeah, we keep focusing on the scene, on the set of the movie. So the editing process itself, it's actually need to highlight all those scenes. So we're not focusing on editing, but we're focusing on the scene, like that. Yeah.
Okay, I think it is the reasons for me as one of viewers of your movie, that the good scenes it will make a lot of viewers than having a good cinematography but the scenes is not good. I think it will get low rate. Like that. Okay, so maybe that question is, it will be the last questions from the host, and next is Q&A section. So for our audience, if you have a questions, please raise your hand. Okay, you first.
I think this movie will be upsetting people who have experience in sexual assault. Doesn't the sexual assault scenes very expensive?
So it's actually not to offend people who has been became a victim of sexual assault. It's not that way. We're trying to glorify to people that this movie telling that it's not only you, it's happened in our life. Like, we stand together to show you that this is the reality of life. So when you're saying that this movie upsetting the victims of sexual assault, it's not. I think it's not. It shows the world that they're not alone. We are not alone. We stand together, even if we are not victims, but we stand together to comforting this kind of assault, like that. Yeah. So it's kind of for encouraging people to help them move on from the trauma that they have.
It's not, for me, it's not upsetting, because how can it be upsetting? You can talk in the internet, talk bad about this film, but the viewers still counting. I think there is still more want to watch our movie. I think that's nonsense, and it's a reminder that for a victim that you're not walk alone, and it's a reminder too for the rapist and like all over the world. You can end up being like that.
Okay, the next and other question, guys. Okay, please.
Defenders of the film's claim the movie are pro-woman feminism and patriarchy, but why the film glorify violence against women?
It's not actually glorifying violence against women. We are trying to glorify women's empowerment in here. Like the scene of sexual assault. Actually, it's not. It's not to telling people that you should assault a woman. No, it's not. We're not we shouldn't assaulting women, but we're trying to show that in our real life this is the reality. Women oftenly get assaulted by men, so we're trying to glorify after the assault scenes. There are revenge scenes. That's the part where we're trying to give women out there an empowerment, a courage to standing against that assault. Yeah.
From me, this film wanna deliver the woman empowerment in the next level, and you say it's against woman violence. No, it's maybe when some people influenced by this film and doing some shit like rape, torture, or murder. This is a stupid people, but we wanna give other perspective about woman empowerment.
Yes, there are various ways to deliver message. So this is the way we deliver our message.
Okay, so the empowerment, the power of the woman, we can see by the revenge that she did. Okay.
Okay, next question, maybe.
Okay,
Yes.
please.
I have a question that is it still appropriate for this film to be shown right now? Because most of violence came from the watching film like that.
I think it's kind of like inappropriate, of course, but I've seen this movie before release to the motion pictures, so like get checked, but the motion pictures say that you can cut this scene because this scene is really impactful for the movie. So it turned out that motion pictures give us the unrated, so it's like X-rated, so you can, if you are under 17 years old, you can see it, and you still like guided by your parents, and we can control our viewers that maybe psychopath watch our movie, and maybe the good people watch our movie. We can control that.
But how did you control it when your movie doesn't have censors from some of scenes?
We are not actually trying to control that because that's how we deliver the message that we want to put in the movie. So we're not trying to control that. The brutality, we want to show the brutality. The assault, we want to show the assault. So it's really, yeah, we're brutal.
Okay.
Okay, next.
What if there were underage children watching the film and imitating the brutal and vulgar scenes?
As I say, it is unrated film, unrated movie. So if you are 17 years old, under 17 years old, you can watch it. And I don't know about some cinema that allowed kids to watch the film.
So it's like it's out of our responsibilities to control who watch our movie. So it's not our concern or problem. Yeah.
Because the parent must have responsibility to their children, and who stupid parents bring this child to watch this movie?
Our job is to make the movie, not to control who's the viewers.
Yes.
Okay, maybe for everyone who want to watching movie, not only this movie, you have to know and you have to read the synopsis first, so you know about what's the movie will be going like that. Okay.
Okay, the last question from audience, please.
Okay. Is this film only about the exploitation of rape and torture scene for the sake of the story writer's selfishness? Because various kinds of torture are presented so clearly.
It's not actually talk only about that brutality. We're trying to say that woman can be goes that far because enough is enough, like that. So yeah, that's the lesson for any rapists out there, that when women had enough, we are enough. Yeah, that's we're trying to deliver in that movie.
Is it clear? Or maybe?
I think the torture, the killing, it's add to the controversial words. Like everyone in this world right now loves to watch the controversial movies, like Peaky Blinders, you can say, Narcos, Squid Game. There are like a lot of brutality, but I think our movie is better.
Yeah, still
to-
appropriate.
Yes, still.
Okay, is it clear? Okay, because that's the last questions from the audience. Before we close our talk show, maybe I have one question for all the guests. Maybe you have a next project.
Yes, of course we have next plan. I've write a script. I've like observed the location that we are going to use to shooting the film, and I think it's gonna be more controversial than this. And it's not related to this movie. It's about the new character, so it's not related to this movie.
And me, maybe if this film have a lot viewers and good rate, maybe this film have had a sequel. Maybe we don't know. And if so, guys, watch this film if you wanna see the sequel.
And maybe the next sequel will be more brutal and more bloody.
The more you watch it, like it means that you support us to
Yes.
make a new sequel.
Oh, yeah.
And if this film have a low rated, and in the sequel we must cut the editor. We must cut the editor.
Okay, so we hope that your next project will be better than previous project and get a lot of viewers and a lot of viewers that really love your film or your project, that will be yeah, something like that. Oh, I'm so speechless because you are so special in this talk show. So give applause, guys, to our important guest. So that's all for me and for my partner. See you in the next episode.